RP delivery Flash to the station scan Mr. Man.
I see Rush Airport, reading up.
Understand that operator speed, Mr. Narrow, rescue, and they...
Probably the local here, the local.
Flashing off around in the we'll see over I know we had and
Okay, Mr. Airport, man.
Good morning, Luke. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Should probably do that. That might be useful. I hope everyone's having a good week. Had a good week. Sunday. Time to reset. Happy Independence Day, everybody in America. Alright. Okay, so we have the orbital... You know what? I kind of want to start today off... Oh, wait, that's already... Wait. That's already rolling out to launch pad 1. So did we have a crewed mission planned for today? It's kind of how it feels. Can we crew it? Okay, I guess. I guess we had a launch. Alright, this is a crewed Ranger. The F1 Ranger crewed. Alright, sorry. Me and the wife have been having a bad week. And then she had to go to work early today. Alright, that all looks... I'm just making sure that everything at least looks correct. Alright. I guess let's get into mission mode here. Did we have a contract associated with this at all? I don't know if we did or did not. I don't think we did, actually. Oh yeah, we do gotta do that lunar mapper. We gotta do a lunar landing. Oh, right here. Recover a craft from orbit. Reach orbit and return safely to Earth. I mean, I don't think that's what this mission was for, but we can certainly accommodate that. We might be able to do this one. Okay. We don't need this. Doopy doop boop boo da boop boo doop. Alright. Get a good view. Autopilot engage. Whoops, what did I have? Muscle memory. Let's go. The Ranger is performing really admirably. I think our rocket design itself is pretty solid. Especially these beautiful F1 engines. Now we're feeding off that core stage. I've also thought about messing with some of the new SRBs that we have. I mean, our current designs don't necessarily need it, but it could be a cheaper caveman solution to some of our problems. We got Robert Carter. Oh wait, what button? And there we go. Missed, oh. Oh, okay. We got Lieutenant Robert Carter on his way to be the next Kerbal to orbit the planet. It is a very auspicious day, Jeff. It certainly is, Mick. It is really easy to forget how long these burns are during the week. If I don't play all week, I played a little bit, I think Monday and Tuesday, to try to get us into a better position. But most of that was simulating and simulating and simulating and simulating. Trying to figure out a way to get whatever's wrong with our next generation rocket, the Moon Dragon. The problem is, I think the Moon Dragon's too unbalanced. Because I'm having a very similar problem that we had before. And once I rebalanced the craft and brought the aerodynamic, the center of aerodynamics down, once I did that, the problem went away. So I'm wondering if that's a problem that we're having now. And we are getting science from this mission. So if I can't get the Moon Dragon to work, somebody said something about it's a problem with the staging and you have to rebuild the entire craft from scratch to fix it. So I mean, if I have to do that we can just go ahead and do that. I mean, I could do it on stream too. It's just time consuming is all that is. It's not a problem, it's just time consuming. Alright, so we got crew reports. And see, look. McJeb is performing perfectly. How is our consumables? that electric charge should be fixed once we stage. I'm pretty certain we have solar panels on this. What the heck is happening here? What the heck is happening here? We have equipment failure. Hold on. So stage, that stages, then that stages, then that stages, then that stages. Where's this on the staging bar? This can stage all the way down here. Actually, let's stage it right here with the other ones. Alright. Now the next question is did the avionics... Oh man. If I didn't reconfigure that upper stage avionics, we might be fighting a losing battle here. Because baby, you're all that I want. We're soaring into the sky. Coming up on the staging again. Look at that. Kaboom. Kerchow. What the... That's never happened before. I mean, we can save the Kerbal by just... Why do I not have control? Well, that... There should be antennas in the command pod, right? This is ridiculous. Then what's the point in having a pilot? How do I have no signal? I'm so confused. What's the point in having a fucking pilot if the pilot can't do things? Okay, this is... I'm so confused. What's the point in having a pilot? Well, that was a mistake. But, whatever. Let's go fix it. Well, no, because we're going to lose more time, so... Let's go out here. Let's go out here. Hello? Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I get that right. Win Sim Amo. You know what? Winsy, how you doing? We're playing some Kerbal Space Pro. RP1 is kicking my butt. I'm not lying. I am having some hard times with RP1 right now. Is that the one that I loaded? It's 1959. That's not right. But hello. Welcome into our humble little live stream. We're getting our asses kicked by RP1 right now. Alright. So that's back in the shop. We're gonna edit this up. I often forget what saves I want. Everyone? I didn't stream yesterday. Typically I stream on Saturdays and Sundays, but yesterday I had to sleep. I went way too long without sleep. Alright. So what's this? 15 tons? What am I like? Of course. Let's put this up to... I'll do 16 tons for now. And then... we need to make sure we have as much battery as possible. Let's double check our action groups. Oh, look at that. I did a smart. So go here, extend solar panels. Extend solar panels. Why would I click that, Kerbal? Toggle antennas. Does this has a view that, where is that? Is it this? Would it be? I don't see what I'm looking for, so we'll alright, so who's on the crew? No, Emily's on vacation, I think. Or she's in training. She might be in training. I'm pretty sure she's on vacation, though. Alright, so is everybody happy? We can fix the staging, I guess. Well, no, we can't. We gotta put it back together before we do that. So now, everybody should be happy. Let's put this back together. Now, let's rebuild the stage. Well, no, not rebuild it. Gotta double check the staging. Alright, so from the bottom, our F1 engines fire up, launch clamps release, booster stage separation, core separation, fairing, the J2s fire up. Now, after the J2s fire, J2s, then we have payload separation. Where's this at? We can dump this down here. Alright, I think everything else is good. Save edits. Wait, hold on. I don't know what we had to tool there. I should have stopped and read it, but I didn't. Wabba-labba-dub-dub. Good morning, Senor Tajjags. I see you have survived the poison I put in your coffee yesterday. Clever, but futile. Alright, so... Let's do this one first. And launch. We got Robert Carter, fill tanks and launch. Robert Carter, good morning, good sir. First time viewers, so far so good. Well, thank you for dropping in, Mr. First time viewer. We're just playing some Kerbal Space Program, and if you didn't hear me say it just a little bit ago, this is the RP1 mod pack, which makes Kerbal Space Program just a little bit more realistic. And it is a lot of fun, but it is challenging, and it has been proving exceptionally challenging. Alright, so, our orbit, we're going to shoot for a 300 by 300 orbit, but McJeb is not it, and has not been able to hit an orbit in RP1 that I've set for it. And that could be my fault. It could be the way the rocket's set up, because I am considering trying to maybe put a little... Oh, no, because that would be bad. Anyway, let's just stay on task and focus. And yo, man, I welcome in insanely hard. Absolutely. I'm not trying to sugarcoat that at all. This mod puts Kerbal Space Program on insanity mode. I am struggling to I'm struggling to catch my stride after like 200 hours on possibly the easiest difficulty. The only thing I could do to make this any easier is to disable part failures, which I will not do. Instead of disabling part failures, we just revert our flight back. But this is the F1 Ranger Crude. So the F1 Ranger does have different variants. This variant just happens to be the crude variant. The F1 Ranger is a fully programmable... Oh, look at that. We just reached stage. That's how the separation is supposed to go. Now, you guys might be worried that the thrust-to-weight ratio on this stage is a tiny bit low. It is actually lower than we would like. However, we are well above the thickest parts of the atmosphere. And as you notice, even with such a low thrust-to-weight ratio, we're still gaining velocity and we're still pushing that apoapsis up in front of us. So while it would be preferable to have that stage dip no lower than maybe like a 1.2, the fact that it dips to a 0.9, we compensate for it. We compensate for it. We'll burn more efficiently the higher up we go. Once we get into about 60 kilometers, we're going to be seeing some real good power coming out of that F1 engine. Are we excited for Spaceflight Simulator 2? I am. I'm excited for Kitten Space Agency. We have a couple of good space sim games coming up to look forward to. Spaceflight Simulator 2, I'm hoping they do good things with it, because I do play the mobile version of Spaceflight Simulator. It's a good little way to kill time and goof off. I've been trying to build a space station on that. But I also refuse to pay for the extra parts, because I used to play Spaceflight Simulator on the mobile long time ago. And when it first came out, you could unlock all your parts by just playing the game. Like, every time you reached a new milestone, they're like, hey, take these new parts. And apparently now, you have to pay for the new part packs. So, this is what I was saying earlier. We still have over 50% of our fuel left in this burn, and we're already pushing a 1.5 thrust-to-weight ratio at almost 90 kilometers. So that little bit of inefficiency down here is translating into more efficiency for more than 50% of that burn. Modbox! Hello, welcome in, guys. We are just doing our crewed launch. We are launching Lieutenant Robert Carter into a polar orbit to gather science. Now, another thing that I've been talking, I've spoken to a couple of other creators playing through RP1, or who are currently or have played through RP1. And another thing that a lot of people I notice a lot of people agreeing on, I would love to see someone who's considered an expert play RP1 on a normal or average difficulty with no cheats, no revert. You know, you could do reverts, you can do quick saves, but I would love to see them play the entire mod pack and stay on course with historical events, because I've tried even using the cheat codes on my off-stream playthrough. I've even tried using the cheat menu, and I cannot keep up with current events. You have to have like 2,000 or 3,000 researchers, probably like 1,200 researchers on day one in order to keep up, unless I'm just playing wrong. Because I'm not saying that I'm doing everything super perfect and proper in print. I'm only going back into KSP. How do you get the map to look like that? You have to download a map or a mod pack called Real Solar System. And I'm not sure if this if the reskin comes on Real Solar System, or if it comes from the Realism Overhaul. It might come from the Realism Overhaul. I'm not sure. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure which one it comes from. So the way that I did mine is I went to CCAN and I searched up RP1 Express install. And then I did the Express install, and that took care of all the mods. Because I tried downloading the RP1 mod pack 1 mod at a time. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend it. Yep. So you got Earth, the Moon, Venus, Mercury, Sol. Yep, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto. This is the real solar system. Brought to you by HeatTap. It's a lot different than regular Kerbal Space Program. The way that I explain it to people, that if you play regular KSP, you're going to have a good time, you're going to have fun, you do all your hours. And then you download RP1. RP1 is kind of what KSP2 should have been. Man, see, this is the problem I'm having with McJeb. Why is my apoapsis at 7 million million meters? I'm not sure. We're going to disengage the ascent. We're going to call that finished, okay? I'm not even sure if you can survive that. I want to play with SSTOs so much in RSS, but just getting to orbit takes like 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. Pluto is real. Pluto is real. I don't care what anybody says. Alright, so this is our orbiting vessel. Now, I did a sneaky thing. I protect our orbiting vessel by keeping this engine throttle locked. So that way McJeb can't, and I know you can't see me doing quotes with my fingers, but I'm doing quotes with my fingers, accidentally set this stage off too soon. So now we can turn that and activate that to the main throttle. Now we do... Oh, that's the parts. I was like, what the hell is that? That's the booster that we just jettisoned. So if I do this, I think... This should put us in position to catch the sun with our panels here. Now, we do have science rolling, so that's going to benefit us. We also snuck some science down in here in our probe core, which should get us some science. So far, just in this little bit of time we've been in orbit, from ground to orbit, we've transmitted 3.1 science credits. Sumi Perkeli Havelata. Helveta. I know how to say that. Yo, what's happening, Pablo? Sup, sop, sup, sop. I know what Helveta means. At least I know what it means in Swedish. Thank you, Fooster. Oh, I mean, I guess that would be Fisk. Because Fisk teaches Fooster. Fooster teaches us. Alright, so now I want to see if I shut down, if I put my avionics in sleep mode. Oh, that's not good. We still only have 50 minutes. How do we only have 1 hour? I did not mess the batteries up this bad. I put more batteries in fact. What is our it doesn't tell me my solar exposure. definitely not going to get a full day in orbit. I'm actually really concerned if we should just cut this mission down right now. Because this power is going to become an issue. Oh, what to do, what to do? That might save some power. How do we not have communications? We are not that far away here. Oh my goodness, who knew such stress from a manned mission? I guess we need to maybe upgrade, see if we can't upgrade the communications equipment on board. Well, let's just time warp some, I guess. Stop doing that. I don't want you to move my damn camera. Oh, look. Whoa, 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 whoa. We went positive. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. Oh, mission saved. Ooh. Mission saved. Let's see. Oh, well, that's a real space mission simulation as far as it goes. With failures and all, yes. Damn, need to try some Kerbalism, too. Wanted to make some Sojourner. I'm supposed to, it's supposed to support life for 10 years and have ISRU capabilities to keep its IH-2 full. It can stay interplanetary for 10 years until the crew dies. It's just so hard. Yeah. Pretty sure that's beyond me. I'm struggling to get my spaceship to stay spaceships. All right. What's mission time? 30 minutes. How do I have perpetual food and my Kerbal died? When? How? Why? What? It's been 30 minutes. Can I figure out what he died of? Is there a... What? He suffocated. Hold on. This one. Oh. Oh. You gotta be shitting me. He's supposed to have like 10 days of fucking consumable. Oh my gosh. Alright. He's supposed to have 10 days worth of consumables on that. RIP. Hey, Pablo, I have been conditioned to ignore those warnings, because all of my damn satellites will be like, oh, losing power all the time. We're losing power. So I don't see. I ignore it. It's always electricity. I have so many satellites that that run out of electricity and then charge back up. I don't even read these no more. I don't even read them no more. All right. No, I don't want you at Launchpad 1. Whoa. Can I edit it still? I can roll it back. Alright. Yeah. No, you can turn those notifications off for the sats. Pablo, if you can explain how. I have tried Googling it. We've tried going into the settings. We have tried everything. We've tried and tried and tried. All right. So go here. All right. The first thing I need to do is double check that the avionics are in control. So that's 15 tons. Let's get into the avionics core. Yeah. See. Actually, let's just put this at 20. Because we're about to add more food and water and oxygen. Or at least oxygen. I'm going to do 1,500 if I can. Did it let me? Did it accept it? Okay. Boop ba boop 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 doop. Which one is my show? Alright. Life support planner. If I do a crew of 1 for 10 days, and I add that to the tank, now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this at 250. And I'm gonna put this at 250. And then I'm gonna put this okay. So we put the life support planner okay, hold on. You can turn those off for stats. That's a bad habit. At least slap some battery next time. What? Just click on one or go to configure what it's called and then turn off the power notifications for other stuff. Okay, I'll try that. All of that is available in the Kerbalism menu. I don't have a Kerbalism menu. What is that life support planner is? Is it part of RSS RO? Yeah. Yep, it's a life support planner, so you're supposed to be able to go, okay, number of crew, number of days, add to the tank, and it configures the amount for you. But we're burning through like 3 days worth of consumables in 30 minutes worth of launch time. So I'm wondering if maybe, is there shielding I can put on this? Tank UI. Add that to the tank. What was it? 250. Why is there only 38 water? That's odd. 250. Maybe that helps. Maybe it's something to do with shielding. I'm not 100% sure. Alright. Avionics is good. Okay. Now we did lose communications, so let's take a peek if we can't do something better for our communications, I guess. Stick that right there. Looks like a good spot for it. Guess I haven't seen before. I wonder if this is one of the ones that we use for our relays. Huh. Chat, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you. There is a thing also about CO2 poisoning. Do you have it taken care of? As far as I know. Where is it? Where's my consumables? It's the mercury capsule. Let's I don't know if that's good or bad, but we're gonna do it. So confused. So confused. Because there's supposed to be something like this. And it had more here. Huh. Because I read your message about the CO2, and there was at some point somewhere... Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. This is the right thing. There was something somewhere at one point, and I can't remember the name of the chemical. I can't remember what it was. Because we have plenty of room to put some of whatever that is in there. I just cannot for the life of me remember what it was called. You upgraded it to sodium hydrate. Sodium hydrate. Why is it not showing up on here? Because I remember specifically. Oh, right here, scrubber. So yeah, the scrubber is working. I don't know, maybe I'm just losing my mind here. Because I would gladly put more of the scrubber in. Can you... You kept asking what it was used for in the life support. Yeah. See, I remember it. I remember exactly what you're talking about. I just don't remember where I found it. Because it's not in Habitat. The scrubber's available. Configure scrubber. Alright. There it is. Okay. Alright, I think we figured out where we needed to be on this. So this gives us a maximum of a 2-day mission for that. Okay. I see how you are. Okay, game. How do I configure processes? C2 or oxygen. I mean, you can't change anything there, so configure crew science, visual tracking, and is there any more we can do? Oh, there is. Alright, so we got some new science. Alright. We may have solved... Thank you so much for helping me with that. Alright. It's just a headache for me, honestly. It is. It really is. It's addictive. This is addictive to me, though. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be ready. Put that down there. Alright. Oh, actually, you know what we should do? Tank UI. There should be... You know what? No, I'm not gonna keep messing with stuff. Alright. Too much time. Alright. Save edits. Oh my goodness. Didn't look at it again. Oh well. Save edits. Alright. See, this is what I love about streaming. You're sitting here playing a game. Right? And then you get stuck on something where you're like, dag nabbit, I can't configure my life support scrubber. And then someone in the chat's always like, hey man, this is how you do that. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I'm trained. Oh yeah, click on it. You can't, yeah, you can't click on it. Can't click on it. Alright, so Lieutenant Carter's on board. I'm gonna give him an EVA pack. I should have did it in the VAB. But fill tanks and launch. Let's do this. I don't mind the scale, but the sheer complexity. No, see, and the complexity, I think, is what I like about it. Because I thought of a while ago, I would love to see a game exactly like KSP here. But imagine you build your rocket like this, and then you have to run wires, and you have to use circuit boards. Like, you actually have to run fuel pumps and lines and tanks inside. That, to me, would be a lot of fun. Hold on, let me get this airborne and then I'll catch up on the chat. Alright, so here. Where did my Mr. McJeb go, Mr. Heidi Face? Ascent guidance. We'll do that. Alright, and once again. Alright, we quick saved. Alright, catch up with chat. Lithium. Lithium is a poisonous metal. It's to use a poison to fight a poison. the to hate one another, so oxidize, make wet lime and carbon. The stuff will make you go blind if you get it in your eyes. That's always fun. I want a procedural engine mod where you can configure the engine down to the impeller size and all that and just do custom it. See, that to me would be fun too. Like a side project of KSP where you're just working in JPL making engines. That would be a lot of fun. I would play the hell out of that. Anybody know any KSP modders? I don't think I know any modders. Alright, the boosters have been jettisoned. Yeah, so we have so much more resources than we need on this mission. I'm actually building a solid rocket motor in real life. I only got to learn how to design it in SolidWorks. See, that would be a lot of fun. Juno New Origins has engine designer. I need to look into that. Someone mentioned that game a long time ago. While we're in the middle of this, that way I don't forget again. So, he's not dead yet. He's got that porn stash, though. I've had it recommended a few times, Pablo. I've had a couple different people say I needed to try it. Another game that was recommended on stream that I have on my wish list is called Starship Evo. Hey, if I could save up some pennies for it, I'll find out. We'll go on that adventure together. And see where that is. I know I've had a couple people kind of look at me crazy eye for using this setup because that thrust to weight ratio drops so low early in flight, but you make up for it so much more later. It's like you're burning 5% extra fuel for a minute to save 30% fuel for 2 minutes later. Starship Evo is like better space engineers. Not much physics, but fun to design futuristic aircraft. Yeah, and also refueling my ship on the surface. Now, one thing I do wish KSP would do, just even stock KSP, is I wish you could do, alright, so let's say you set up, one of the things that I was doing, trying to do on PS5, Luke was there for some of it, or most of it, or all of it, I forget, but I was trying to set up a refueling mission around Eve, so I was like, I'll just set up a fuel depot on Gilly, and then have a transfer craft go from the surface of Gilly to a transfer shuttle and fill up the transfer shuttle and then go back down and keep mining and refilling. And then the transfer shuttle would go to the space station around Eve and fill up standby tanks. And I'm like, do you know how long it would take me to constantly run that mission over and over again until all the tanks were filled? So I'm like, once you do it once, you should be able to be like, all right, I'm getting 500 liters of fuel per trip. Just simulate the trip and say that I have this fuel now, because I'm not going to sit here and spend 19 hours of real time. Go down, fill up, go back up. And take that over here, drop it off, take that back over here, put it into an orbit, go back down here, drill for resources, refine the resources, hook up with the transfer vehicle, fill the transfer vehicle with the finished product, take the transfer vehicle up to Gilly orbit, transfer it over and over and over again for like 19 hours. No, I'm good. No. We don't have a recycler yet, Kraken. We're still only in 1971, and we're pretty far behind. We're probably about 10 years behind schedule. Our lunar program is well short of where it would be in real time. This is it's 1970, 1971, is that what I said? Yeah, it's 1971, and this is my second manned orbit that we've been attempting to do this whole time. Plenty of electricity. See what we're sitting at. Resources. Yeah, you can't mess with my my apoapsis anymore, McJeb. All right. F5. So now we have an orbit. Please tell me I didn't launch us into a perpetual darkness. That wouldn't be fun. All right. We got to think about this. Now, we need him to stay up here for 1 full day. So we might as well shave a little bit of power. Oh wait, it wasn't done maneuvering yet. My bad. Is, I think. With the way our orbit is, I think a prograde vector would be better. Because as we come around, our orbit, we'll get sun about right here on the prograde vector. Or we go radial out, which... No, I think prograde vector gives us more exposure for longer. Sorry. Living space is cramped, I know. Pressure. CO2 levels are good. See, how do you only have 2 hours worth... 2 hours worth of food? How do you only have 2 hours worth of food? We had 70 days worth of food on this flight. How is that possible? Yeah, see, I've never automated any, like, my launches are automated to the point where I don't have to do much, but if I leave them, they don't render. How, with McJeb or what? Or what Kraken? Have to look, open CCAN and look for it. Okay. So, are we in prograde vector? Let's shut down the avionics to save on electricity. Can I shut down these avionics? Doop a doop boop 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 doop boop 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 boop. Shut down avionics. Oh, apparently you that doesn't make any sense. Even with new batteries and everything, we're still only getting an hour of electricity. And I'm curious to know why my capsule I'm so confused about everything. I don't understand why I went from having 3 months worth of consumables. We now have 7 days of oxygen. I don't understand why my... Why these tanks... This is all wrong. This is supposed to have... I'm supposed to be able to... Wait, hold on. Maybe I have to do this? Is cross-feed enabled? Cross-feed's enabled. Maybe it can't cross-feed through the heat shield? Maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll just cut the mission short because there's no way he can stay up here that long on 1 hour of electricity. So, let's see about getting him home sooner than that. What to do about this, though? I guess we just don't have a choice. We just have to burn retrograde and hope for the best. I don't know why our electricity seems to be bleeding bad. This doesn't even have the electricity on it anymore, and I don't understand why. I wouldn't mind getting an EVA on, but I don't think this capsule's capable of EVA. Ugh. It's just so weird. I remember having... Is it inventory? No. No, it's not inventory. Control... I am just confounded. Cryogenics. Sensors. Science. Well, science is running. No, it's not. I never turned it on. Aw, man. We'll get some of it, I guess. Can't believe I forgot to turn on the freaking science. No solar exposure transmitting is a problem. Yeah. Maybe constant transmission is the problem? It could be. Well, the original mission here was to spend 1 day in space, or in orbit. Now, I've already reset the mission twice, reverting to previous saves for catastrophic reasons. But I thought we went through and fixed everything. Constant transmission. I don't even know how to fix that. I could disable the antenna. No, this is pretty bad. We're just, I know it's hard to see, but I'm spinning it to face the sun directly. Try to increase that solar exposure. Could you not transmit data periodically? I don't know how to do that, Kraken. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to do that. Is it up here? I mean, it's not I don't know. I honestly do not know. Huh. I couldn't tell you. Alright, so... and oh, you want to see the antenna planner? Yeah, we can do antenna planning. I don't know how to use any of this either. As far as I know, this I don't know if this actually changes any settings. I thought this just gave you which antennas would be available to you. Honestly, I think we just have to move forward and hope like hell we can nurse these batteries. Oh, that's the crude avionics. Alright, F5. Uh-oh. Said something about Earth's radiation belt. Yeah, this isn't gonna work if we can't if we can't do something with these power or with this power issue. What if I retract the antennas? Does that stop them from using power? Didn't really buy us any time. I wish I could get that to stay on the screen the whole time. What's this? You're out of food? See what I mean? I don't understand. We packed 60 days. Yeah, I don't know. A 25-watt antenna. Yeah, I don't know. It could be. It could be too much. Can I shut down antennas? It says it's idle though. So is it not transmitting? I'm so confused. It's using 27 watts. It's using 19 watts at idle. Well, we have quick saves. That actually lost us time. Oh no, it's because it's rotating. Okay. I mean, we are nursing it. Oh no, he's got 1% radiation. What if I... Is it still... Yeah, it's still pretty, I mean, we're milking this as much as we can. Alright, we got yellows. What else can we shut? I don't know what else we can even shut off. Something's not right, because there should be batteries here. I'm so confused. Oh my goodness. I've used this capsule before. I know this capsule has batteries. No. We're struggling to stay in orbit, buddy. I don't understand. I don't know if this is me being stupid or the game being stupid, but we're about to find out what happens if this electric charge right here runs out. sorry, what now? How is it perpetual now? Where's the batteries at? Oh. It's not avionics. Cryogenic real fuels? Nope. Control. Command. Inventory. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Well, it's gonna be, it is what it is. Well, I don't know. I'm feeling like it's almost time to take a break from RP1 and go back to regular KSP for a little while, I'm not gonna lie. Because this shit's getting frustrating. The problem is that there's a possibility that it's a mechanic in the game. But I do not understand how I can have 60 effing days worth of food at launch, and then 2 hours later, I have 2 hours of food left. I don't understand that. I don't know if my food's being ruined by radiation, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to combat this. Just like electricity. Electricity has just never been a problem. Now, I fixed everything else. Well, not fixed, but I addressed everything else. And now suddenly I don't have electricity. I just don't, I don't understand. Yep. I'm calling it. Screw this shit. I miss regular KSP. Can we go to the moon today? Nope. We can go to the moon any day on regular KSP. No, that's too high to abandon, Pablo. Apollo, do you have a greenhouse on the ship? No, there's no greenhouse. Nuclear rocket engine, or nuclear rockets needs ignition. That's some bullshit. I mean, I guess I don't know enough about how nuclear engines work to confirm or dispute that. Alright, you know what, we need a win, so I need a win. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch this mission. This mission should be 5x5. All we got to do is launch the probe up and bring it back down safe. Hey, this is an old one! I did not expect that. This is an old Ranger design. You can tell because of the launch pads from a previous generation. Ascent guidance. Mission. Where's my mission? Right here. All we got to do is go above 200K. Stay in that orbit for 2 minutes and return home safely. This is one of the early ones. I think this is when we first switched over to the F1s. Do they not need that? We can play KSP, not this one. Can we play KSP? They generate own heat. They just propped hydrogen by it and aren't supposed to burn it, and they do burn mix of LH2. They can generate heat to make combustion. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. No, I don't know how to do a separate instance of KSP on the PC. I know there's a way to do it, but I don't know how to do it. So once I'm all done with RP1, or at the very least come to a point where I'm ready to just step away for a good long break, I'm just going to uninstall the RP1 mod pack and go back to visual mods. Maybe some part mods, I don't know. But it's coming up. It's coming up. I love the RP1 idea. I do love the idea of RP1. I think the problem I have with it is that there's so many systems on top of systems and things to think about that once I finish a rocket design, there's too many possibilities on what's wrong, and there's too many things like the communication. I don't understand how to mess with the communication at all. The disappearing resources. Why are the resources disappearing? If I load up 60 days worth of food on this thing, which I did on purpose to go way overboard, 60 days worth of food disappeared in 2 hours. So is it something to do with getting ruined by radiation? Is the Kerbal eating it? Is it getting lost into space? I don't know what the problem is to go about how to fix it. I love the idea that you have to pack food and water for your Kerbals. It's a fantastic mechanic. I love it. But I think they went, I don't know if it's something again, the problem is I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, or if there's a problem in the game where someone with a vast amount of RP1 experience could jump in and say, bro, you need to put more shielding on your food, or you need to have the food connected directly to the command pod, something like that. Stuff like that is just stuff that I don't know. Oh, this doesn't even have, this has the old RD111. We haven't used that in a long time. We chose the RD111 because it gives us gimbal control in every vector. So that way we don't need to use RCS to control the stage. KRSS. Kerbal. What's KSRSS stand for? Real solar. I'm assuming Kerbal system, real solar system. I'm assuming. I'm thinking. Well, because one of the things is I did get sidetracked on RP1. Once we start another regular Kerbal playthrough, the mission statement's going to stay the same. The idea is that we are going to establish operations to land Kerbals and return them home safely from every landable body in the Kerbal system. Because we know from the PlayStation 5, we have a pretty good control over the Kerbal system. Like Kerbal, Minmus, and the Mun. Those are all easy peasy pickings. Duna is pretty easy. Gilly, Ike, Duna, and honestly, a Jewel mission's not even that hard. We were gearing up for Jewel missions, but when the PlayStation 5 ate our save file that one time. Oh, it is a tough mission for sure. So I had, on my PS5, if you guys go into the playlist and scroll down the playlist, you'll see my very first KSP playthrough. It has about 95% of everything I did recorded and archived. But we were playing that for a good long time. I would say we put about 500 hours into that save file before the PlayStation corrupted the save file and I had to start all the way over. And that was in career mode too. I'm pretty sure that was the one we did in career mode because we were gearing up for a Jewel 5 mission as well as gearing up for a an Eve landing and recovery when all that happened. And then I switched to PC. And then as soon as I switched to PC, someone was like, hey, why don't you put mods on it? And I'm like, well, hey, I don't know how to do mods. And they were like, download ccan.exe. And then I downloaded ccan.exe. And then I was like, oh, visual mods are pretty. I'm going to go play RP1. And we've been playing RP1 ever since. Now, like I said, the thing about RP1 that I love the most is the procedural parts. The freedom to make your rocket look bigger, smaller, fatter, shorter. More freedom than I think the original game gives you. And I am in love with the recolor system. I forget what it's called. It's got a funny name, though. And personal needs, part failures, habitation needs. I think that would be fun. Alright. This button. Oh, man. Oh, well, I think we can still do this mission. What was it? Oh, yeah. I don't even know what. Yeah, this doesn't even have any fucking valid science on it. So all we need to do is wait this timer out. Oh, there we go. Now return home safely. Did I... Now this particular probe was actually designed as a lunar probe, which is why it has ridiculous amounts of communications. I think that profile looks pretty dope. That's just me, though. Anyway, Rutro Raggy. Oh, pfft. Sitting here going, what's wrong? Why don't I have... What's the problem here? You can't be serious right now. Oh! No. You're telling me that the avionics are off on this. And this is why I can't... One of the things about RP1 and the avionics setup I can't really wrap my head around is... We'll just pull you back. The issue I have is, why the fuck do I have to adjust my avionics manually every time? If I add parachutes to the damn thing, if I add something, why doesn't the avionics just be like, oh yeah, there's more weight here, maybe we should adjust that? First of all, the hell is this staging going on? That could have been some of our problem from the start, but... Is this an avionics? No, that's just a decoupler. So the only avionics is right here. Configure avionics. 8 tons. 6 tons. So how the hell did the avionics not have enough? Huh? There's no avionics in here. The avionics are right here. Controllable mass. 8 tons. With the fuel and the G1, oh, it's only 6 tons. So why did I not have avionics control, huh? Also, procedural tank, conventional structure. Why is it not asking me? Oh, got it. All right. Tank UI. What are these configured for? Oh, no, my friend. We use nitrous oxide. We use nitrous oxide in this house. So, remove all tanks. still nitrous oxide. Alright, so nitrous oxide. Yeah, I don't really know what else to change. The avionics should be good. Configure experiments. What I should do is put a biological experiment on this. What's the battery power? That should be more than enough for this little probe. All it needs to do is reach that orbit, stay, and then come back down. That's all it needs to do. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, you guys, if you're joining for the first time, I do apologize. I am rapidly reaching the point where my passion for Kerbal Space Program, the RP1 mod pack, is starting to be very overpowered. Why? Sure, put fuel in that. I don't know what fuel it's getting in it, though. Oh, there is no fuel in it. Okay. That's fine, because I don't know how to do the mixture conversion anyway. How do I exit out of this? Close? No. Why? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I mean, I don't know. Where's my tank UI? Oh wait, no. What the hell is remove tanks and fill for the RD-111. I don't understand. So what if I go here and there we go. Ugh, my goodness. Anyway, I was really passionate about RP1 when I first started, and then I love it. There's just little things that kind of make it difficult to love. Alright, let's try this again. Chat, what do you mean? I wouldn't rely on saves to have same data. I gotta build a mapping sat. Aw, I love doing map sats. Yeah, I have mods that make harder and realistic. Modders can introduce noise, randomness into planetary resources. Maybe it won't change everything, but I don't know, it's always the same. I just want a general thought of water on Mars. I guess I didn't take a look at this. Put that down there, I guess. What's this one? Alright, so start from the bottom. Engines fired, decouple, that decouples, that decouples. Or wait, that's engine. Then that decouples. Wait, what's this? Procedural fairing. So are those just both the fairings then? Yeah, those are just both the fairings. Alright, so what next? And we'll just put that down there too. Alright, so then we'll add one here, and we'll put the parachutes here. Alright. Now that that's out of the way, ascent guidance, 300, and let's just put it on the current. Let's keep an eye on our electricity, and I think we're good to go. Alright, McJeb almost messed it up. Oh man, you're gonna use up all my monoprop. Fudge. Oh. God bless it. Always, always, always check your staging! ScanSat doesn't even show water as a resource, and this is rigged. It's like Greg Tech sometimes. Alright, let's try this again. So we're having problems. We get this stage good. This stage good. The problems come in here. So what's this one? So let's put this on this. This should probably go way up here, I guess. We'll put the parachute in here as a buffer. So this fires, that decouples, the next stage fires up the engine, the G1. So this, what's this one? What's this one? So this one should go down here, I think. Let's try it again. But yeah, I've been really contemplating taking a step back from RP1 for a while. It's a great game. They did a fantastic job. But I need to feel like I'm good at video games again and play some regular KSP. And plus, I have a ton of content that I have like 4 or 5 different pieces of content that I want to work on that require me to be playing regular KSP with mods. Look at the enormous amount of Delta V we have right now. Yeah, that's another thing that I really... it's not that it bugs me, because you have to keep in mind how old KSP is. But you should be able to utilize... If you're going to put water on a planet, like, for example, Lathe, you should be able to use a water pump and manufacture hydrogen and oxygen. Fuel sources like that, you know what I mean? Man, these old Rangers were such good rockets. You can do that? I didn't know you could do that. I know you have the... I know in regular KSP you have the drill, you have the material tanks, you have the processors, but I didn't know you could just use water. I thought you had to set the drill up and drill for the proper resources. Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about unmodded. Because, I mean, with mods you can do almost anything. Almost time to stage. Let's see if I got the staging right this time. No, I have really high expectations for Kitten Space Agency. I'm hoping Kitten Space Agency brings us some good stuff. Put that down there. I'm hoping it looks like they've been doing a really fantastic job with it so far. Now, another game that I have, and that I do have planned on streaming, is Stationeers. That's another game that's extremely in-depth with your building, to the point where if you build, let's say you build a water system, you have to get your pressure proper. Like, you have to, if you over-pressurize your system, you'll blow your system out. You have to have all kinds of, if you put too much electricity through wires, you'll melt your wires. Stuff like that. So that game is going to, that's going to be a pretty big challenge, considering RP1's given me a run for my money. Sorry, I got quiet during this stupid long burn. Now, I really wouldn't mind playing KSP with all these engine parts. I might see if I can do that, because I would love to keep the parts from the RP1. What are you doing, McJet? And see, McJeb has been giving me, the worst, most least efficient possible burns of all time. That's not helping anymore. Oh wait, I know what I can do. I know what I can do to maybe fix this. Alright, that works. Alright, so, since McJeb... and that's another thing. I am no expert with McJeb. So, some of my problems may very well be that I'm using these systems wrong. That's another good, strong possibility. And just that alone can really mess up your experience. Because some of these systems, you have to know what's going on. Like, why, if I type in 300 by 300 orbit, why the hell is McJeb giving me a a stupidly high apoapsis? So either something's wrong with the rocket, something's wrong with the staging, something's wrong with the settings, and I'm not really educated enough in the game to understand what. Greetings, Kerbal, Shed Z. How has your week been, my man? Alright, so that should have satisfied the contract. Okay, so let's time warp to stay in this orbit and hope we don't run out of electricity now. Return home safely. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go retrograde. Alright, boys and girls. Hold on to your shocks. Because we're going retrograde. Retrograde. Good enough, you? I survived it. Sometimes that's the best we can ask for. And we're just giving our little hoopty probe here time to adjust to the retrograde. And then we're going to burn retrograde until we... Well, actually, how much electricity do we have? Okay, not a lot. So yeah, we're going to have to do this the hard way. The really hard way. So if I just go ahead and... Come on. There we go. Now we're just going to have to let it go ballistic. We could... I don't wanna. But we could shut down the avionics and preserve a little bit of electricity. Well, it's not going to get us there, but... Now, right before we run out of electricity, I'm going to let it come back alive and try to get it to do retrograde. Alright. So, activate, let that readjust. Because we're not going to have enough electricity to be in control of this entry. And this is going to be... I don't even think this entry is going to be safe, because we're going way too fast. So, there's that. I think that's Australia. Hello, Patch Conics. Hold on. Water. Water. Alright. A little bit better. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Hey, one of my, buddies lives somewhere here in Australia, and he's doing an RP1 playthrough of his own using KOS and programs and stuff that I don't know nothing about. Shut down avionics. I really wish we had air brakes. Air brakes would help, because I would put two or three air brakes, probably 3. I'd probably put 3 air brakes on the nose, and then just let the air brakes slow it down and help stabilize it. Alright, this is the last chance we get. I'm going to try to bleed off as much speed as possible. And then once the battery's done, it's pretty much let her fly. But we have to do this maneuvering right now because we're bleeding electricity. Looks like I can't produce any significant amount of IH2 on Mars without waiting 61 years, so now I gotta change my Mars shuttle to use methane. Just have your Kerbals just bag their farts. In game, I'm gonna abandon the 2850 ISP nuclear engine then. You're just ahead of your time. LO2 and LH2 should only be easy if you find a water source, technically speaking. Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. Oh, I see what the issue is. He knows what he needs, Shedsy. He can't get it. Well, Pablo, you can always send the chemical plants down early and start the process and then work on finding a better way. And if you don't find a better way within 61 years, then guess what? You got yourself some fuel. Alright. We're going, I mean, we're doing pretty good on bleeding off velocity. Yeah. No, I get it. You get an idea and you think it's going to be cool, and then the game doesn't let you do it. Alright, we're coming up on the last little bitty bits of electricity. Our entry speed is manageable, I think. I'd like to be, you know, somewhere around half of what it is now. But you never know. Alright, and electricity will be going. Bye-bye. Alright, we have done everything we can do. It's going to start getting hot real fast. Well, that didn't work. Well, shizzle dizzles. Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna take the loss. Alright. Well, that didn't work. I suppose we need to go make sure that this one has the edits that's required. Because it most certainly does not look like it does. Now, what did I do to this thing? Oh yeah, we need to do this. And first things first, tank UI. Another thing I can try. Well, first, alright, focus on one thing at a time. Before we do that, that should tank UI, one person, 10 days. Alright. Oh wait, we learned our lesson. Gotta hit the green check mark on everyone. Okay. We did that. Now, if I take this... No. Stick it here. Now this is the best heat shield I have available. Now if I stick that right there... There. It looks stupid, but I just want this to work. Next thing. Helium and HTP, eh? Can I don't think I want to mess with that. Now let's just double check that these are in fact our nitrous oxide. I think HTP is actually better. I don't know. I just like using nitrous oxide, I guess. Alright, what else did we do here? Avionics. ImicJeb enabled. Get rid of that. Let's dial that down, I guess. Alright. Configure crew science, processes, scrubber. Okay, we'll put that for 2 days. Configure processes. Oh, that's the CO2 stuff. Got it. I swear this had a battery in it when I used it last. I swear it had a battery. Oh, God bless it. I needed that. I'm just looking at stuff, guys. I'm sorry. It's highly pressurized. Okay. I don't know if we need more shielding or not even at all. Alright. Makes me wonder if I should put the avionics up here. Because I don't understand why there's no batteries in this. There should be. There should be, and I thought there was. But I can't configure the avionics. So I don't know what kind of batteries this has. Because this is the avionics core that we use. And this one I can go... Where's the battery option? It's in here somewhere. Is it this one? No. This one? Yeah, see right here. I don't know why. I mean, I could stuff some extra stuff in here. But I'm also wondering if the heat shield is messing up crossfeed. That's also a possibility here. Because what I'm thinking is maybe putting putting this like this. So, because that way, all of our life support system should stay with the command pod. Excuse me. I'm so sorry you guys had to deal with that. You're going to do it again, though. Maybe. Nope, we're good. All right. Could you tell the life support there's a crew of 2 and yeah, let's see what that does. That's not actually a bad idea for an experiment. Okay. This button. Okay, life support. 10 days for a crew of 2. Add. Hold on, I'm curious. Okay, so technically, if this did work the way it's supposed to, you could just keep adding. Okay, so what if I do this? 2 days, or 2 crew, 10 days. So it's alleging that this is the number of resources that you need for 2 crew on a 10-day trip. That's what they're alleging right here. I don't believe it. I don't believe that for even 1 second. Let's see what that does. Alright, now weight. 15 tons. Let's make sure that this is set up to handle 15 tons. $16 tons with 1,200 bits of electricity. Actually, I want to go 1,500 on that, since we have the room for it. Alright, next thing I need to check on. We need to reconfigure the science though, because we've already flown a lot of these. I guess I'll leave that on. And why not? I'll leave that on. See if that nets us any science. Alright. I think that's everything. Now, one more thing I did want to do, but I'm not sure how. Cargo? Cargo? Okay, so there's no extra oxygen, it's just EVA packs. Okay. That's cool. Alright. Now the final thing that I need to address is it this one? No, those are, although I want these ones. I think these ones have a higher. Oh wait, I need to do, is it this button? Yes. Okay. How stupid does that look up there? It looks pretty stupid. This whole thing looks pretty stupid, though, to be fair. Alright. We're still underweight. So, let's, first of all, there we go. That's better. Alright, what was I just thinking? I was just thinking stuff and things. We covered the life support. Oh, crossfeed. Is there a crossfeed option here? Crossfeed, hollow interchange. Do you... Oh, disable crossfeed. No, we want crossfeed on. Alright, so theoretically, I think we've thought of everything. Oh my goodness, why? This way. Making music, Bridgie! How is your week been, Bridgie? Alright. Get rid of that. Now, what I wanted to try, since I don't want to send it out to the launch pad and have something silly that I missed, let's see if we can't find any future problems. Oh wait, I wanted to see that. Early cutoff stage. Where is early cutoff stage? 0. Okay. Stop staging after. Where's that put at? Stop auto staging after 0. Got it. Alright, cool. That's cool. That's cool. That all looks like a huge dopamine burst. Let's find out. Bridgie's got new music. We need to go check that out. So when mining methane on Mars, it says there is also none. And again, ScanSat isn't showing me where it's at. I feel like Pablo is having a bad day in Kerbal Space Program. You are playing KSP, right? Wait, you can't be. Methane. Oh yeah, you're playing those mods, okay. Oh, we're on a north... I forgot to change inclination. That's fine. That inclination is actually a little bit better for this mission, I think. North Centennial Island. I think that would be a little bit overkill. Just a little bit, though. Just a tiny bit. If you fund it, I'm down. The British need islands. We must deliver an island at the cost of 80% of its landmass. Testing weapons on homeless people. Well, they're technically not homeless. Or are you talking about other people? Because I was gonna say the people on North Sentinel Island technically have a home. We'd be nuking it, but they have it. For now. Also a good idea. Nah, I'm working on a cool project. I don't know if you guys would like it or not, but I thought it is something that sparked my interest that I'm working on while I'm playing a game called Stellaris. But I'm designing an entire society of militant spiritualists. Clone militant spiritualists. And I am just since we have a bunch of people in and a couple of new people, I am working on getting the animation department of this stream up and running. It's just taking a lot more time than I thought it would, and especially since I'm trying to do everything mouse and keyboard. See, McJeb, how hard was that? Where the hell is... Where the fuck is this fairing stage at? What? Did we just have a part failure? Oh, Bridgie, you already know I will. Where is that fairing? That fairing's supposed to stage all the way back here, so I think that fairing just failed to stage. So, we're going to try it one more time. Yeah, because one of the things on my list of hardware that I really need to get, but it's expensive and I don't see us getting it for any time soon, is an artist tablet, which would expedite the process a million times over. But it's a process I'm learning from scratch watching YouTubes, so it's going to take me a little bit. But we have a couple of things that I would love to animate, and one of them is a Kerbal-based cartoon. And I do have a couple of really cool ideas, but the problem I have with my really cool ideas are the things that I think are really, really awesome is the fact that I want to wait until I can do them right. Because some of the stuff that I have planned is stuff that I have intentionally planned for learning the animation process and kind of just getting into the skill set and sharpening everything up. It's going to be a really long time before I think I have the skill set and, you know, the necessary experience to do the best ideas that I have, because I really want those to be done as good as I can possibly do them when I have more skills to offer towards it. She can't breathe. She can't breathe. What did I do? She's got food, water, oxygen, electric charge. All her stats look good so far. Who can't breathe? I'm so confused. Pablo. If she can't breathe, that's a problem that she has. Oh. Yeah, something was wrong with that last one. It might have been the staging, but I think the fairing failed to deploy. I think that's really what happened, because the fairing is supposed to deploy. In fact, we can deploy the fairing all the way down here. Because the fairing really is only there to protect the critical components, like the antennas, the solar panels, and the stuff of that nature, because what we did is the first time we tried these experiments, we found that the sensitive equipment was heating up too much in the lower atmosphere. So that fairing's really only there until about here. I mean, At this point, we're getting very little, if any, atmospheric heating. Going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. Here's a topic for you. In all of science fiction, if you could get in your possession one ship, just one, assuming that you would be able to gain the knowledge to fly it, and you would have the necessary crew under your command to function it, what ship would you want? Hey, I am new to all of this. What does this mean? What does the title mean? Well, the title means we're playing Kerbal Space Program with the RP1 mod pack with real solar system, real progression, and realism overhaul. I play KSP on PS4. Rip, rest in peace. I played on PS5. Anyone who tells you that you're not a real Kerbal player because you play on console is a fucking liar. Playing on console is a million times harder than playing on PC. 100%. Don't let anyone ever be like, oh, I play on PC so I'm better than you. You'd be like, no, I play on console, I'm better than you. Console's super hard. I played like 400 and some odd hours on console before I switched to PC. Wait, real missions or what? Oh yeah, it's more realistic than regular KSP. So like, for example, right now, we are in 1970. So the year for us right now is 1970, and we've been trying desperately to get to the moon. And we're still working on just manned orbital flights around Earth. So instead of the normal KSP, this is actually Earth. I can see my house from up here. And this is the moon. You got Mars, Vesta, Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, Venus. We are in our real solar system. And the goal of this mod is that you start off in the 1950s and you have to run your Kerbal program sort of the same way they did with the historical missions and everything. Wait. No, we're not doing that, McJib. So, what we're doing at this specific moment is this is the Kerbal that we've had put in space. It is First Lieutenant Emily Leroy. So, Lieutenant Leroy has already done the first orbital mission around Earth. In fact, she's actually on leave right now. In the RP1 mod pack, they actually treat your Kerbals more like actual astronauts. So when you send them on a mission, they have to have a set amount of recovery time before you can send them on another mission. So currently, Lieutenant Leroy is on medical leave. But this is a simulation. So we're running a simulation to try and see if this configuration of parts is going to do the job we need it to do. So what we need it to do is we need to, for the contract. So let me show you the contracts we're working with. So for the contracts, this one is one that we've been working on for a while. I think we have a machine capable of doing this already designed. So we're not going to worry about designing an entirely new rocket for this mission. So this mission is one that we've been struggling with because we don't have very many options for throttleable engines. And throttleable engines are absolutely imperative for landing on the moon. So we're working on that. Reach orbit and return safely. It has to be uncrewed. We should have been able to get that one really easy last one, but McJeb has been screwing with me on this getting orbits correct. The next mission we have available is a crewed speed record of 9,000 meters per second, which we're going to accomplish that mission when we come back from the moon. So I'm not too worried about doing that right now. Now, this one is what we were really trying to get with this specific mission. This mission is simply a crewed duration record of 1 day. Now, the very first time we tried this early in the stream, we started having all kinds of logistic problems, mostly with food, water, and oxygen. So I used the installed planner and I said, hey, I need enough resources put in this tank right here to keep a single crewman alive for 1 day. And then I launched it. No, it was 3 days. Because I was like, we're going to use the rule of 3. So we have 1 day's worth of rations, water, and oxygen. We're going to double that for safety. And then we're going to add another 1/3 for contingency. So that way, if you have 1 day worth of supplies, we're going to put 3 days worth of supplies in just in case. And we did that. Then we consumed all of those resources within an hour. And that part has me stumped as to why that would happen. So we've been redesigning, and this is where the design has come to. We've packed in, as you can see, 60 days worth of food, water, and oxygen. We have 30 minutes worth of electricity currently, but we are in the dark at the moment because it'd just be dark. We're on the dark side of the planet. We can actually fix that a little bit. We just have to watch this electricity right here. Where the hell is the sun? Where am I? Hold on. Let's just get a little bit of a bearing on where we are. Because this might be bad. Okay. There we go. Now, if I do this... should put me... And another thing I can do if we end up having to go back to a redesign on this one is... oh my god, stop it! Keeps moving my damn camera. Is we can redesign our... I think our ship is big enough where we need to rethink our RCS setup here. I think we need to move these down. I think that would be a more efficient use of them. Get them farther away from our center of mass. We could try potentially to put them up here. That might be the ticket with those. Maybe we investigate that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shut down our avionics. And I want to see with... Man, we're only getting 50% sun exposure. I wouldn't mind turning more towards the sun to see if we can't get up to 80%. But we're a lot better off than we were, so we're going to call that an improvement. The next improvement, I think, is we move these solar panels to be up here, maybe? Or maybe put them at the very top of the capsule. But that would angle them in, and we don't want to angle them in. I don't know. I'll start thinking on that, because these little ones, it might even be just a better idea to get rid of these little ones and put another row of big ones down here. Because I don't think I want to... Yeah, I definitely don't want to mount them perpendicular or parallel, because we still want to maintain our slow spin to help dissipate heat, because another thing RP1 does is it does do heating. You can see right here the temperatures right here. We're at almost 400 Kelvin. So keeping that slow rotation helps kind of dissipate the heat in any one spot. It does do that. But I like the fact that we are gaining hours. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this contract organizer and catch up with chat. Oh, okay. Holy goodness, I got used to it quickly. It's pretty easy now, and I don't have a PC. I loved it so much when I was 10. I didn't care how annoying the controls were. Trust, I played a similar-ish game to keep on Xbox One, and it's tricky. Dude, it is. What did I did to? Where am I? I used to play it. It's pretty easy now. We will make the moon by the end of the 30th century. Maybe. Vrigi, I think that's a little bit optimistic. Do you recommend this mod pack? I have only played stock for now. It depends on you, okay? So the thing about it is it's free to play. Absolutely recommend that if you're even the slightest bit curious, try it. You're not gonna regret playing a free game. Second, if you are interested in like the finite details of doing like the Kerbal style launches and missions, I absolutely think you'll have a good time with it. If you don't enjoy the detail, and what I mean by the details is exactly this: instead of just putting a battery on a ship, you actually have to configure the battery and how much electricity you have and what you need. You can't just throw on a battery and send off the rocket. It doesn't work. Okay. So if you think that's a good idea, 100% you'll love it. You will spend a lot of time tinkering with little things. Because, for example, if you're sitting here thinking, well, just put a bunch of electricity in. Well, the more electricity you put in means that you're adding batteries or making bigger batteries, which makes it heavier. So then you have to deal not only with how heavy of a load you're lifting off the ground, but how that load balances while you're flying through the atmosphere. Stuff like that. A lot. I'm telling you, hundreds upon hundreds of hours of tinkering and trying to dial it in. I would try out KS RSS with Kerbalism first, and if you like that, go further into the mod pack. Yeah, I'm gonna try KS RSS. I'm gonna look into that. We are the broccoli gang. We just had broccoli the other day, and it was pretty good. Astronauts are just hungry. That's why. You should make the capsule larger, and maybe the astronauts won't feel the need to eat 20 tons of food. You can't make it any larger. We're researching the Apollo capsules right now, but that's the next one we can unlock. I think I have the Gemini capsule set up, but that hasn't been built yet. Because the Moon Dragon has the Gemini capsule. This is the Redstone. This is the Redstone capsule. So, the next mission that we're designing... You know what? This is a simulation. And I am getting really good numbers right here. This is what I'd like to see more often. That means that while we are not generating a perpetual amount of electricity... Okay, anyway, I've gotten the information I need off of this particular one. So, what I'm going to do is revert to the editor. And I'm going to show you guys the Moon Dragon. Because the Moon Dragon is the next generation. It's actually 2 generations ahead of the F1. The F1 Ranger. So, let's get rid of that. Go into here, and I'll show you. We'll do a Moon Dragon simulation so you can see the difference. So, the F1 Ranger is the one we've been watching this whole time. However, if I go to A, B, C, D, E, F, G... H, I, J, K, L... Where did my Moon Dragon go? Oh, was it the F1 Moon Dragon? Did I do that? F1... The Ranger... The F1 Moon Dragon. Here, we'll do the Mark II. So this is the Moon Dragon. It's a biggin, okay? It's a very biggin. Now, is this one manned or unmanned? I can't see it, actually. Okay, this one is manned, and yes, this one uses the two-manned the two-manned capsule. So yes, this one is a much bigger machine. So let's okay. We'll take this out for a test drive for you. If only Pablo was talking about me. I'm not a very big fan of American cars, but it was so sick. Man, I just went outside for a second and I saw a very old Mustang. You are collecting crew science reports and science reports. Yes, we are. Alright, so we need a good old McJeb here. Just get out scent guidance, you see. Scent guidance. And then we keep an eye on this right here. So, now, fair warning, the reason it's not built yet is because I've been having a lot of issues trying to get it into stable orbits. So, just a fair warning. It's designed to do that, by the way. That's supposed to happen. Now, Lieutenant Robert, remember military bearing. You leave your hands off Lieutenant Emily, alright? Lieutenant Emily is actually, you guys might not know this, Lieutenant Emily here, Emily Leroy, she is actually Valentina's great-grandmother. True story. I didn't make that up. That's just in the lore. I know how to make millions. Well, lay it on me, man. Don't you can share with the rest of the class. He said, give her to me now. I think Bridgie wants to be Valentina's great-great-grandfather. Or great-grand. It'd be one great. I shared in the paragraph above. There's no paragraph above. It's invisible. Now, as you can see, we're keeping that thrust-to-weight ratio a lot higher with the Dragon. The biggest issue I've had flying the Dragon has been coming from McJeb. Because for some reason, McJeb is pushing our apoapsis to like millions and millions, and instead of the getting the periapsis up. He said, I know how to make millions. You give her to me now. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are brand new to the stream and you want to stick around, don't forget to hit the notification button. We are typically live every Saturday and Sunday, and we sprinkle content in throughout the week. So if you want to see it, you can either come back in every single day to check, or just hit the notification button and stay up to date on everything that we're doing. Also, I've been talking about it for a while, but I might try to set aside some time to go live on TikTok. I think I'm neglecting my TikTok too much. I haven't been making a whole lot of short form content. I need to get back on the ball with that. We've just been, me and the wife and the kids have been just getting hit left and right. If it's not one thing, it's 10 others. If the truck isn't trying to break down, then we find freaking bugs in the house and have to get the exterminator in. If it's not stupid bugs on the damn house, it's the energy bill. Paying like $230 freaking dollars a month for electricity right now. Now this, again, if you guys pay attention, the thrust-to-weight ratio is incredibly low, but it's not low for where we are in the atmosphere. That would be a very bad launch thrust-to-weight ratio, but for being 100 kilometers up, that's actually not horrible. So if you build a rocket and you get this high up into the atmosphere, and you're like, oh no, my thrust-to-weight rate, the higher up you go, the lower that thrust-to-weight ratio can be and still remain effective. Because you're not fighting the thick atmosphere. Because you can see, as long as your apoapsis stays good and in front of you and you're increasing your velocity, then you're not too bad off. I need to be Valentina's great boyfriend. That would mean that Bridgie, he wants to be his own grandpa. Do the same with TWR. Yeah, Kraken, on normal KSP, I tend to throttle back. What I'll do is I'll periodically drop the throttle a little bit just because it helps extend your delta V out. I mean, you can absolutely do entire missions with the full throttle, but especially on launch, It helps helps add just a slight amount of efficiency to the fuel tank and stretch your drops a little bit farther. But the idea behind this mission, this rocket is the design that I've been using since the 1950s, just beefed up and updated and improved continuously. This engine is the F1. This engine is actually the engine in the first phase of the Saturn V. So what I did is I took the original engines off, which I think were the H11s, I think, or H1, I can't remember. And I put the F1s on, because in RP1, one of the other things that they do is look down here. Where is it? Let me find it real quick. Right here. You see where it says flight data, and we're maxed out data units? When you first unlock an engine, this number is going to be 0. The more you fly the engine, the more hours the more hours of data that you receive, this goes up and increases your efficiency and lowers the chance of engine and part failures. So now that I've been using this since, 1967, on these series of test rockets, I have all the data I need. Once we unlock the rest of the Saturn V parts, I have a very reliable, tested engine to put on the Saturn V. Now, another cool thing is, this is the J2, which coincidentally is the second stage engine of the Saturn V. They actually used 3 of them. So what we did is we put the J2 on our second stage to get the same thing. So if I go in here and I look at the J2, you can see that I don't quite have all of the flight data on the J2 yet. So there's still a very high risk of part failure, engine failure. Oh, here we go. And all 3 J2s fired, which is fantastic. I need to just stop using... Why am I using these stupid little non-useful solar panels? And I need to fix this configuration. You can't get solar exposure in the shadow of the one in front of it. You should send a Kerbal named Bridgie to Eve and let him live there. I'm okay with that. I actually had a nuclear SSTO used oxidizer when starting. When it got to higher atmosphere, it switched between hydrogen-only mode. Goes slower, but gets super far. I think if you're talking about regular Kerbal, that should be the Rapier engine. And the Rapier engine is stupidly overpowered. It really is. But my methods are questionable, but they work. I have never questioned your methods once, Bridgie. Can you farm experience on static launch burns? Yes, but it's still expensive. Because you can do that. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's a lot of people that do. I've created the McDonald's logo with dots. Man, you're going to make me hungry. Don't make me hungry. Well, that logo is closer to a Whataburger. You're gonna make me hungry, Bridgie. Alright, staging event coming. Alright. And see, this is what I mean. Why is there such a massive difference between my apoapsis and my periapsis? I wouldn't mind if my apoapsis was like, 400 or 500 kilometers, but That's a lot. That's a big old difference. That's a big, big difference. Now, this craft is supposed to be a prototype to actually get to the moon, but as you can see, we do not have the Delta V to even do a moon flyby, which is why the Moon Dragon has been stalled for a few years. Because if I set this as my target, and then I come down to McJeb, and I do this one, this one, and I do intercept with a Holman transfer, you can see I need 2,966 meters per second, and we're still just a little bit shy. So that's where we've been stalled for a year or two in development on this mission, is we need to squeeze in twice as much Delta V to this stage as what it currently has. What I wanted to try to experiment with, what if I take these and I turn them all independent? Can I shut down engine? I can. Will that reflect it in the Delta V? Oh wait, that was just one. Okay, so we got to do them all individually. So we did that one. Let's skip one, shut down engine, skip one, shut down engine, and that means that should be shut down. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want 1, 2, 3. I want this one on. I want this one on. And I want this one on. Is this one on? Yeah, we'll leave that one on. I don't think it reflects it in the Delta V numbers. Huh. That's intriguing. That should reflect it in the Delta V. Let's... Oh, we need to... No, the other thing we can be keeping an eye on for this, because we can use this. I just wanted to show you guys what we were working on for the next gen, but there's no reason we can't collect data. We have 1 hour. Get rid of that. How is our consumables looking? The habitat is looking pretty good. Oh, we don't have any shielding. That's not great. So that's something we can put on the to-do list. Comfort is poor. EVA safe. I mean, consumables look alright. Because I think this is a 2-day mission. Because, I mean, we're not going to the moon. I was just curious, and I'm also really interested. Well, now it worked. The thrust-to-weight ratio went down, but the burn time went up, and I don't think it really affected the Delta V numbers much to... Oh, wait a minute. It's because they were added at symmetry. Okay. Hold on. It's because I added them on symmetry. So now... Okay. So now, this engine should be on. I want 2 on the top. And 1 on the bottom, and then the rest should be shut down. So that one should still be on. Alright. Yeah, it gave us more burn time, but no more delta V, so... That is a dead-end way of thinking. And now we know. Now I know. There's nothing wrong with knowing. Alright. Why is this one different? Oh. Wait, what? Oh, that's the life support engine, silly goose. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna write down in my notepad my list of things to remember. Oh, look, my pen didn't get taken. Alright. We need, what was it that we needed to work on? Solar panels, so... Solar panel config. Next thing, SHIELD-ING, shielding. Alright, how does our electricity look? Alright, so I have solar panels. We need to fix the solar panel configuration. I have, oh, the RCS. RCS positioning. Alright, what else? What else was there? So far, that's it. We're doing great on other consumables. Alright, let's catch up with chat. Story ends with story following up. No, not. But the worst isn't saboteur processes. The heaviest part is going to be freezer that turns gas methane into liquid methane. I'm going back to work now to pick it all out so I can call him later today to get me a little better about the job, so I'll see if he's still available tomorrow or Friday. How it worked. The first time the government has been involved with an international investigation when it was first came under the spotlight, when a report from an anonymous former government source told them of an ANO. The thing is that I don't know what mod my chemical plant is from, so I don't know how to add compatibility patches for it. I should have all the compatibility there is, but it's not looking like it. Also, my atmospheric harvester is getting me nothing but argon and oxidizer. Oh, gee, Pablo, man, I feel so bad for you. The struggle is real. It really, really is. Yeah, see, we should be getting more than 50% exposure, but these are in shadow. So we're not going to get electricity off of these ones. They were supposed to be one click over and one click back, but they didn't work out that way. We can fix that though. That'll buy us more more electric charge. But yeah, this is basically where we've been at with the crude dragon, or I mean the moon dragon, the crude moon dragon, the moon dragon crude. We don't quite have the capability of doing 2 days in orbit with 2 people just yet. We need... It might work. Hold on, let me... This one? Oh yeah, no, we're good. Look at that. Look at that. That means what you'll see is if I click here... Come on. If I click here... We are going to see this go up. Watch. Magic. Now. Alright. Yeah, look. We're down to 5 hours of food now. Stress eating, you two. Jeez, they put on so much weight. Oh, I already put shielding on the menu for checking stuff off. But yeah, this is what I've been doing on off time, is just trying to dial this into a usable thing. Right now, the big struggle with usability is none of the stuff that we're talking about now. It's just simply squeezing more delta V, because we need around 3,000 to 4,000 meters per second, somewhere in that time frame, to get to the moon and back. And I've purposefully been not doing a proper transfer phase, because what my goal is if I can get this number really, really close to what we need, I can use this right here to calculate a proper transfer window. The next window is in 21 hours. So, watch this. If I go back to here, rendezvous planner, if I do this, and I say intercept with a home and transfer window, we're using just under 3,000 meters per second right now, okay? Which we don't have. But if I time warp, let's just trust the time warp. Okay, so now we're out of food, that's fine. It's a simulation. Now, if I cancel that and intercept with a home and transfer window again, now look at that. So what I've been trying to do is engineer everything under the idea that we're not going to use the transfer window. So that way, if I do a simulation and I get to the moon and back safely, then I can use the transfer window to basically double what I can carry. Because you got to keep in mind, this configuration is going to have to be the same one we used for our Apollo mission, basically. To get boots on the ground and to put probes on the ground, this is what we're going to be using. We just have to figure out how to slow down and throttle and handle the landings, the stuff like that. We're not even there yet. Now I installed a patch that adds all the random fluids to the Kerbalism, and it may work. Pablo, I'm hoping. Unmanaged anger resources and patch for Kerbalism. It adds compatibility! Guys, if Apollo lands on the moon in 500 centuries, we owe him an apology for... No. You owe an apology. Everybody else was like, I believe in you, Apollo. I had everybody cheerleading and shit. It was great. So yeah, I mean, pretty much this has been what I've been doing off camera, trying to just add, simulate, find a problem, fix it, simulate, find a problem, fix it. I think our electricity's fine. I'm still going to rearrange the solar panels to try to see if we can't do a little bit better. We need to pack even more food. I'm telling you, no matter how much food I pack into this thing, they will eat it. Now, the other exciting thing is, look at that. If we land this mission, which I mean, I kind of want to, you know what? It's a simulation. It's a simulation, right? So let's just execute the next node. Did I turn off the avionics? Yeah, and I think we can squeeze quite a bit of efficiency out of moving our RCS thrusters. I don't think this design right here is an older design that we've been using. It's just beefed up and scaled up. I think if we either move these down or maybe put a second set down here, I think that would increase our efficiency with using our nitrous oxide and increase our maneuverability considerably too, which isn't bad. That's also a good thing. Man, I hate when Apollo doesn't win. He must land in the moon within 5 years of now. It should be within 5 years. We should be within 5 years. Because all I need to do is figure out this engine throttling problem that we're having, and we're there. I mean, just that easy. Because the only thing preventing me from sending anything to the moon right now is the fact that I can get from Earth to the moon. But once I get to the moon, I don't have the means to slow down enough to land gently. None of the engines that we actually have are capable of throttling, so trying to hit the lunar surface at like a meter per second or less is proving to not be doable. Such a cool engine configuration. We got 8. Which ones are these? The RL10 series. This is another one we don't have a lot of data on. These are engines that are being tested for this purpose for the very first time. So we don't have a ton of data on these. Yeah, because it's cold on that side, he needs it to land on the bright side. It's ton 618. That sounded like a splashdown. What? No splashdowns on my side yet. All right. So let's focus view here. See, we already have some. Well, that's dumb. Let's shut down the avionics to save power. Alright, now I know another thing I wish is there was a button to where you could be like, hey, I want you to face that way. We'll find a nice little spot here. I just want to see if we can get that perpetual status back on that electric charge. What's chat doing? I'm gonna go on a walk. Want me to make a video of a lake? I thought you said a Luke. I'm gonna make a video of a Luke I live near because it's cool. I don't think I live near a Luke. Canada sounds great. Canada is boring. Lakes everywhere. Take a photo when lake is raining like it's Sahara. Yes, my lake is cool. I feed the fish my shit because I don't share crackers of bread. Yeah, if we could pull this mission off, we would complete quite a few contracts, and we would get a whole boatload of science. Alright, so I want to turn this off, and I want to see if we can do better. So... we must align it manually. At a village from that silence is telling. They live by themselves like autarky? I don't know how to say that word. Autarky? It's hurting my brain to try to say it. Any day now. So what do we have here? Is that prograde? Because I can... yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to get that. Oh wait, it's because the avionics are running. Silly dope. That's why. Because the avionics are consuming a lot of electricity. Oh. So now what happens if I do... wait for it to steady itself. What if I do this? Ah, ha, ha, there we go. Alright. Alright, so can I... wait. Can I intercept with a home and transit? Holy good... Jesus, what is happening here? You're trying to set up 10 maneuvers for this? Wait, what was that? Okay. So, can I... Can we do that? Execute next node. These should be deep space avionics, because I can shut it down. Unless it's talking about the avionics in the capsule. That's a good possibility. Jupiter, Venus, Mars, Uranus. I wanted to use the RCS for this. I don't want it to use what fuel we have. I want to see if we can get there and back on this fuel. I want to save this fuel. It's only 6.9 meters per second, so I'm hoping we can get that with that. Oh, go in front, guys. I'll see you soon. See you, Bridgie. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, a Tarky. I'm trying, Pablo. We're going to see what we can do with this. Alright, we're going to need at least one engine. Alright. We just had an engine failure. Alright, now, if I add a maneuver here, see what do we have going on. What is all right, so we'll go past, we'll burn retrograde. So if I do this, I don't think I'm gonna have enough. So if I do that, oh man, I don't think this was a very good idea. Ooh, Pablo, I'm excited for that one. Yeah, I don't think we have what it takes to go to the moon just yet. I think we're shy. I'm not sure how to get us home. Wait. What's that? So, we're coming out here. We're going to come up here. We're going to come down here. Like this. Or, no, it'd be like this. So we'll come in like this. Then get shot out again. So that's 300, that's 400. So can then I do this? If we're coming this way, we're going to be traveling this way. So if I fire out that direction, it's not giving me the delta V. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way we have the DV for this. It's okay. Alright. Alright guys, but that was just to show you guys where our moon mission is, because this mission is eventually going to be designed, because the first one right now is just to orbit a few times and come home safe, because I want to keep them in orbit for 2 or 3 days and then bring them down, and then using the same system we could make whatever necessary tweaks to just go do a lunar orbit and return. And then from there, we see about hopefully having the technology tree available to do a full lunar mission with landings and everything. That's the idea behind it anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and call it there for the day though. I got to go get some chores done. I got to do some recording, work on some stuffs. But yeah, like I said, I'm not ready to be done with RP1 yet. I'm having fun with it. It's just little things here and there where I really need to figure out if it's a problem with me and how I'm playing, if it's a problem with what I've built, or if it's a problem with the game itself, or if it's a compatibility issue, like Mick Jeb doesn't like asparagus staging. So if that's the issue, I can solve that by just not using asparagus staging. I know, shot to the heart, stab me and take away all of my tools, but that would be basically what it boils down to. Alright, I'll see you guys on the flip side. I can make things like boron, silicon, but no methane. Bye. Thank you guys so much for dropping in. I'll see you guys again Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, most likely. If anything changes, I'll let you all know. Either in the Discord, on the community tab, or both. But until then, thank you guys for so much for dropping in. Thank you so much for all the likes. I hope to see you on the next one. But until then, bye-bye.